Okay, welcome. This practice is a traditional Tantra Hatha moon practice designed to calm and stabilize the mind. And this is Ep. She's going to be demonstrating for us, and let's just get started. Yeah? Okay, cool. Super simple class, really basic, really calming, really grounding. We're going to start on hands and knees, but sit upright. Yeah. It's a little bit of a tricky one, this one. All we're going to do is we're going to inhale up and exhale child's pose, but take the hands to the small of the back. And you can kind of widen the knees wherever it makes sense to you. Good. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, child's pose. Good. Using this, just keep moving for me. Yep, there we go. And we're just using this to start to connect body, mind and breath. Big, even breaths. Beautiful. One more. Rising up, filling the lungs with air. And exhale, child's pose. Just hold for a couple of breaths. Feel, and I want you to start to connect with your belly breath. So feeling the belly expand and contract. Perhaps as it fills up, it pushes into or in between the legs. So paying attention here to the breath. Awesome. Coming over onto hands and knees. We're going to do a joint rotation sequence just to warm up the joints. So we're going to keep both hands on the floor, right knee on the floor, and we're going to start to move the left leg. So we're just going to move the left leg forward and back. So pick him up, yep, and straight, that's it, exactly. And we're going to kind of do it pretty fast. We're going to do about 7 of them. Breath is just even, nothing to really worry about on the breath. Breathe as much as you need to. Good. Now after about 7, we're going to start to take the joint in a circle. So bring it forward, out, and back. That's it. Yep. And about 7 of those. That's it. Nice big circles, really paying attention, feeling into the hip joint itself. Good, and then we're going to switch directions. We're going to come kind of forward, back to the center and back. You got it. Awesome. Yep, so we want 7 of each. It's normal if the opposing hip is burning a little bit. And then we just do a couple forward and back. Just to reset. Awesome. Now take that knee back to the floor, and then we're just going to switch sides. So first, just forward and back, around 7 of those. Everything else is balanced, even weight on the hands, even breath. Awesome, and then circles, so forward, around and back. About 7 of those. Maybe the left hip is feeling it a little bit. And then reverse directions. This is just gonna increase the synovial fluid in the joints. You should be a couple more forward and back, right? Yep, awesome. And pop it down. All right, sit back on the heels. And we're just gonna do the shoulders. So you can lean out onto the left arm and then start to take the right arm in circles. Yeah, and bring your awareness into the right shoulder. Wherever we put our awareness is where our energy goes. Beautiful, and switch directions, come back the other way. When we move our joints, we actually generate the synovial fluid, so we prevent stiffness from occurring. And it's nice in cooler climates or in winter to get things flowing before we weight and load the joints. Other side, so you can put the right hand down, lift the left one up. And keeping the awareness in the shoulder joint as we move. Beautiful. Other direction. Beautiful. Take your hands to your belly for me. I just want us to, we're going to be using a 4 and 6 count breath work through the rest of the practice. So what I want you to do is just feel, as you breathe in, count to 4, 3, 2, 1. And as you exhale, count 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Expand the belly as you breathe in for 4. And feel it head back to the spine for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more like that in your own time. Breathing into the belly. And a lengthened exhale. Last one. And out. Awesome. Come back over to hands and knees. And we're going to do a 4-part movement. The first part is just this, right here on hands and knees. So breathe in for 4. And then back to child's pose as you exhale for 6. Good. Back to all fours for 4. And back to down dog for 6. Just hold the down dog for a couple seconds so I can explain. We want to move slow enough that our movement matches the breath. So the inhales are 4, that'll be a faster movement. And the exhales are 6. So that down dog or that child's pose is really going to feel a little bit like slow motion, and that's what we want. So I'm going to count you out for the first 2 and then leave you for a couple on your own. So exhale everything out wherever you are, and then breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale back to child's. 4, 3, 2, 1. All fours. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down dog. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All fours. 3, 2, 1. And child. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Follow your own breath for 2 more. We want 100% attention on the breath and on the body as we move. We want to lengthen the breath as best we can without feeling like we're suffocating or claustrophobic. Good. Now we're going to come into down dog and hold. So the next time you're in down dog, just hold there. And we're going to keep the breath going, that 4 count in, 6 count out, while we hold in complete stillness in the pose. And just like Ebba's doing, you can have a really healthy bend in your legs. What's most important here is a nice, long, straight spine, a full bellied breath, and all of your awareness on the 4 count in and 6 count out. And we want to be here for at least 5 rounds of that kind of breath. As we hold poses, we really learn how to remain still as reactivity arises. So if we're used to a flowy kind of yoga, this might be quite a challenge. So we even work towards keeping fingers still and eyes still. The awareness so on the breath that whatever arises, we can just let it be there and let it pass away. The end of your next exhale, we're just going to start to walk the feet up to the hands. Knees can be super bent, and we're just going to release the head and shoulders as we hang in a fold. Beautiful. Just 5 or so breaths here, really feeling the belly again, expanding and contracting. Super relaxed fold. Today's class is mostly around generating Apana Vayu, which is the kind of energy that is responsible for groundedness and calm. So that's what we mean by a moon practice. The moon symbolizes stability, groundedness, calm, quiet, yin, dark and slow. At the end of your next exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Strong legs, rise on an inhale. Keep the chin tucked quite strong until you're all the way to standing. This will prevent dizziness. And then on the exhale, we can release the hands, lift the chin a little bit. Now see if you can just feel into the calm, the groundedness, the stillness. Just not there yet, don't worry. The more you practice, the more you will feel it. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do a dynamic chair movement. So this one is, I'll have you go sideways actually, yeah, but go about that, that's it, good. We're going to come into a straight arm. You might want to watch this first if you've never done it before. So it's straight arm up, but as we fold forward, we go through chair. So we want to sit down, we want to keep the knees back over the toes if we can, and we're keeping biceps by the ears as we fold forward. And the hands might touch to the floor. Good. Inhale, we rise up through chair. And then about halfway through, we start to straighten the legs and stand up tall. Good. Exhale, folding forward through chair. Biceps stay by the ear. So this is strengthening the spinal extensor muscles. And we touch all the way to the floor. Inhale, rise back up. Straightening the legs halfway through. All right, let's add the count. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In all the way to standing. And 2 more in time with your own breath. And if that was too slow for you guys, feel free if you do this video again to modify. We never want to feel like we're suffocating. We have to meet ourselves where we really are. So the more we practice, the easier this kind of breathing gets. If you're feeling challenged, please just do what you can. Next time you fold forward, just hold and hang there. Good, and then take a half lift, breathe in. Fold, exhale. Half lift, breathe in. Fold, exhale. Rise up on a breath in, keep that chin tucked. All the way up to standing, I meant. And exhale, release the hands. Beautiful. Feeling once again the effects of that pose. Wonderful. All right, come to the top of the mat if you're not already. We're going to do Warrior One, and we're going to do a dynamic and then a static version. Most of what we do today will be a dynamic and then a static variation. So Warrior One, we're going to take right foot forward, left one's going to stand back, and we're going to be quite wide today on the stance. So that means hip width distance. So wide. There you go. That's beautiful. Bending in through the front leg. If the back heel lifts, then we might need to shorten our stance a little bit. In other words, left foot and front foot come closer together. Arms come overhead in our Warrior One. And this Warrior One, we're going to have a forward lean. Yep, so that we have length through the spine. Ebb has a natural arch, so you might not look like that. What we're going to try to do is get length through this bit here. Biceps by the ears. Good. Now the dynamic variation is going to look like this. So we breathe in like so, and we exhale, straighten the front leg, hands come back by the sides. Cool. And then we're going to add the count. So 4 in. And exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 2 more in time with your own breath. Back leg stays super strong and straight. Hips stay really square as we keep moving through. 100% awareness on the breath, on the body. Great. And the next time you inhale to Warrior One, I want you to hold there. keep breathing, 4 in, 6 out, in complete and perfect stillness. You can have a little bit more of a forward lean in this one. Chin is tucked, yep. It's kind of a little bit different to how we normally do Warrior One. This is a more grounding variation. Good. And that's probably about good. We'll take one more breath in and one more out. Good. And then straighten the front leg, hands come down to the sides. And we're going to move straight into a dynamic pyramid. So for pyramid, we're going to take the right hand behind our back. Left arm's going to reach straight up in the sky. And the dynamic variation of this is that as we exhale, we're going to fold forward. Hips stay really square here, guys. And this hand on the back is just reminding us to keep the spine straight and long. So we're only going to fold forward as we can with leaving this bicep by the ears. So demonstrate that for me. Eb, fold forward. And so Eb has a little bit of flexibility, but not heaps. So she can only go to about here before she has to come up. Some people might fold all the way to the floor. Some can only fold forward a little bit. So honor where you are. Let's do this together. Breathing in. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And keep moving in your time so you can honor your breath. My breath is going to be really more unique to me. If you had a chair or a bench and your hamstrings were really tight, you could just put it in front of you so that the hand stops there. Gives you a little bit more possibilities. Good. And we're just going to do one more. So we're going to fold back in and then we're going to stay in the pyramid. So to stay in the pyramid, it's helpful to release the right hand. It's also helpful to have a block. And perhaps Eb can put her left hand on that block. The right one could go on her shin or thigh. Both hands could go on the block. Priority here is on length through the spine, chin tucked to chest, super square hips, and really honoring how far you can fold forward. So for some people, it might be really more like just hands on the thigh, like so. The front knee can also be bent a little bit if that helps alleviate any strain anywhere. And then we're continuing with the 4 in, 6 out as we hold here. And we want to hold for at least 5 breaths. How many have you had? All right. Couple more. The deeper the breath and the more we focus, the more Apana, Vayu, or calm, grounded energy that we will generate. At the end of your next exhale, hands to hips. Strong legs, rise up on an in-breath, chin stays tucked. Step the right foot to the front and just hold. Release the hands and feel. Good. And then the other side. So we're going to step the right leg back. We want to be about hip width distance on the stance, so really quite generous, so we're really stable. And we're going to bend into the Warrior One, and then we're just going to check our length. So bend into that front leg. We want to make sure this back heel stays grounded. If it doesn't, we can shorten the stance. We're reminding ourselves in the Warrior One that we're going to have a forward lean. Biceps will stay by the ears. And then we're going to move through this dynamically. So we breathe in for 4. And then exhale, straighten the front leg, hands come down by the sides. That's it. Breathe in, bend in. And exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, 3 more, in time with your own breath. Thinking length through the spine on the fold in. Slow breaths. Challenging yourself as best you can, not just to lengthen the breath, but to stay completely present to the breath. next time you come into warrior one with that folded bent knee, we're just going to hold there. It has a pretty good forward lean, so we've got length through the tailbone, square hips, and continuing with that 4 in, 6 out breath, just for about 3 breaths here. Good, rising or straightening the front leg, hands by the sides, that's it. We're going to move into our dynamic pyramid now. So it'll be left hand behind the small of the back, right arm reaches to the sky. Just re-square the hips again if they're not already. So square means the right one comes forward, left comes back. And then we're really going to commit to this straight, strong spine, bicep by the ear, breathe in. And exhale, folding over the front leg, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got it. Breathing in. And folding in. Front leg stays reasonably straight. It can have a small bend, but length through the spine is most important. 3 more. Honoring your breath. This will be our last rise up. And this is our last fold in. So take your time through the 6 count and then release both hands, and you'll take them to either your thigh or a chair or your block or something that allows you to keep this length through spine. We don't want us rounding. So again, that can be quite upright for some people, or it can be all the way to the floor. Everybody is different. So we're still doing that 4 in, 6 out breath. The more awareness we have on the breath, the more we will generate that Apana Vayu, that specific kind of energy that grounds, calms, and stabilizes the mind. Beautiful. Hands to the hips at the end of the next exhale. Then we rise up on a strong breath in, chin stays tucked. We step right foot to the front and release the hands as we breathe out. We stand and feel. All right, we're going to move into a warrior 3. You can keep the block handy because one of the options is to actually use the block. So warrior 3, we're going to take the weight onto the right foot first, hands to heart center, and then we're just going to lift the left foot up and back. Exactly. If it's too challenging, grab the block. Do you want to just show them what it would be like to grab the block and put it under you? So that's another option like that as well. And then what we're looking for is length through spine, chin tucked, even breaths. So just 5 big even breaths at the belly. Foot may not even be this high. Hips are square, and we're just working on some stability and balance here. All right. We want at least 5 breaths, maybe up to 10. It's really up to you, but that's probably about good. So you can take the back foot down, come up to standing, just release the hands and relax. And then go ahead with the other side. So hands at heart center, weight on the left foot, folding forward, hips stay square, length through the spine. Totally okay to use a variation of the block, although eventually we'll be working to be able to be upright and tall, maybe even eventually having the hands reaching straight out in front of you. Focusing on the belly and deep, even breaths. So same 4 in, 4 out breath. Anywhere between 5 to 10 rounds of breath, depending on how slowly you are breathing. The slower, the better. And I think that's about good. So you can bring the foot down, rise up to standing. And let's just ground all of that energy down from the Warrior 1 and Pyramid and Warrior 3 by just folding forward. Yeah, just a simple forward fold. Hands can come to ankles, or if it's quite difficult for you to fold, maybe hands to a chair, or just bend the knees as much as you need to get the chest towards the thighs. Spine long. Take about 5 big breaths and actually feel the belly expand into the thighs if you can. Forward folds are the main thing that build this Apana Vayu, this type of energy. Awesome. All right, you can come back up. Coming up on an in-breath, keeping the chin tucked. That's it. All right. Okay, we're going to balance all this out with some wide folding twisting or wide stance twisting. So you can stand super wide. I'll come behind you. That's it. Yeah. Toes can be turned in a little more than heels if that works, if that's comfortable. When we do the folding forward portion, it's okay to bend the knees as well. So inhale, arms up. The other thing that can be helpful actually is to have a block in front of the legs. Not everybody needs this, but you can have it here or even on the high setting. And you'll see in a minute as we twist, you can put the hand either on the floor or on the block. All right, arms up. And exhale, twisting to the left. Hand comes to the center, arm raises up. Gaze might even follow. Inhale, back to center. And twisting the other way. Good. Inhale through center. Let's add the count now. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twist, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Keep moving in time with your breath for a couple more. It's really kind of important in our twist that we keep a big, deep breath. So trying to challenge yourself to move as slowly as you can to really lengthen the exhale, but also being realistic to what you can do, because if we're pushing or struggling, we're actually not creating calmness. So just doing what you can, meeting yourself where you are. That's right, yeah? So come up, hands to the butts, yep. And then exhale, we're just gonna fold forward, hands running down the backs of the legs. And then you can go ahead and take hands to the floor, to the block, or holding your ankles as you were doing, that was fine. Knees can be bent or straight. If you wanna work with straight legs, then hands might come on a block. If you're happy to bend the knees, then you can just release, relax. Feeling the belly now as you take big, deep breaths, and with that 4 in, 6 count out if you can. If that kind of breathing is going well for you, then you could even explore a little 1 or 2 count at the end of the exhale before you breathe in again. Shaking could be happening at this point. It's totally welcome. 1 or 2 more breaths. At the end of your next exhale, hands to hips, rise up on a breath in, chin stays tucked. Amazing. Release the hands, stand and feel. Beautiful. All right, we're going to come down onto our bellies now. And we're going to do alternate shalabhasana. So it's a little confusing if you've never done it before. So let's start by lying flat on the belly. Take your hands to the small of the back with the palms facing upward and head just to one side. Let's go head to the right cheek. Oh, you had it right the first time. Yep. Head to the right cheek. And we're just going to start with the arms to explain. So the right arm is going to sweep up, the chest lifts and the forehead faces down to the floor. That's exactly right, Eb. And then exhale, hand to the back and cheek to the left side. Good, other side. Left arm reaches, head comes facing forward. Exhale, down to the other cheek. Now let's add the legs. So we go opposite leg to arm. So right arm, left leg, chest lifts, forehead down. Exhale, put it all back. Good. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And exhale, put it back. Let's do 2 more each side. Lifting the chest as high as you can. Last one, each side. It can get a little funny sometimes where you end up lifting both of the same limb. So just do the best you can and then relax. All right. Now we're going to do bow. So we're going to bend the legs and you're going to reach behind with the hands to grab the ankles. Flex the feet. So yep, that's it. And then big breath in, lift off the floor by pulling the hands back with the feet. Keep that chin tucked. That's a pretty big lift. Not everybody's going to have that. And we're actually going to try to be resting on the belly. So the knees come up as well. And we're going to give it 4 more big breaths evenly into the belly. Staying 100% present for the breath. Good, and release. Release the hands to the side of the body. Relax either forehead straight down or to one side on the cheek. 3 big breaths, feeling the belly expand. And then switch your head to the other side if it was on one cheek, just so we're balanced, so we're even. Fantastic. And we're just going to counter pose with the child's pose. So head on back. Yeah. Wide leg, narrow knee, doesn't matter. Whatever feels good. You can even have the hands behind you if that feels better, or you can have them out in front. Just a few big breaths. Perfect. All right, we're going to come up. We're going to do a seated twist. So I'll sit with you. Okay. So I'll show the modification. Eb's going to do the full variation. So Ardha Matsyendrasana is when we take the left heel underneath that right leg. There's a lot of left and rights here, so pay attention. Right leg lifts up and over. So the full variation here requires both glutes to be easefully on the floor and this right big toe touching. So if you can't do that, you can do my variation, which is going to be left leg straight out in front, right leg bent, and you can have 2 choices. Either right leg crosses over or it stays here. This is the easiest one. Right hand's going to go behind in both variations to encourage length through the spine. We take left arm up, big breath in, lengthen the spine even more, and then exhale, we're just going to wrap the thigh and twist to the right. So we're twisting from the belly. So what's important here is that you can feel the belly expand into the inner right thigh as you breathe. Close down the eyes, the chin is tucked. 100% awareness on the breath. We're going to unravel on an inhale. Just release the legs and sit. So we're just going to sit and feel. And then we're going to just switch sides. So now it's the right heel that goes under the left leg. Left leg reaches up and over. Again, check. If both glutes are on the floor, you can stay here. If that doesn't work, you can take my variation. Right leg goes out in front, left leg bends and either stays inside the leg or crosses over, your choice. Left hand supports behind, so we're pushing onto the hand, lengthening spine. Right arm reaches up, big breath in. And as we exhale, we wrap the thigh and twist to the left. We're twisting from the belly. So now making that contact of belly to inner left thigh. Tuck the chin, and this is your awareness point, is this belly expanding and contracting with the breath against the thigh. Releasing on an in-breath. Sitting and feeling. All right. We're going to do a Janu Sirsasana, which is right leg in, left leg straight out in front of you. Other way, sorry. Let's go right leg out. Left leg in, right leg out. All right. Good. Now, if you have really tight hamstrings, you could put a bolster or a blanket under your butt just to encourage a bit of a forward movement of the pelvis, or you can bend the right knee. That's no big deal. So inhale, arms come up to lengthen the spine. And as we exhale, we keep that spine long, biceps by the ears as we fold forward. Breathing in, rising up. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folding forward, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more in time with your breath. And as you fold forward this last time, hands will come either to foot or ankle. Knee can be bent as much as you need it to be able to keep a nice, long, straight spine. Breathing deeply, lengthening the exhale if you can, or just keeping an even breath if that feels better for you. "100% awareness continues to stay in the body and in the breath." One more big breath in and out. Rising up on an in-breath. You can take the hands behind you to support you as you take the left leg back out in front, and so you're just sitting, relaxing. Yeah, exactly. Good. Why don't you turn sideways for this last so they can see. And then we're going to switch sides. Beautiful. By the way, if this leg was really high up, some people have a tight hip, you could also prop underneath this leg as well. All right, inhale, arms up. And exhale, folding forward, length through the spine, biceps by the ears. And you can bend the knee if you need to, no problem. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 more or 3 more in time with your breath. So there's no need to overstretch or overfold. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. You can really just bend forward an inch or two if that's all that you can do. No drama, no fuss, staying calm. Good, and this will be the last fold forward, and then we're going to hold in the fold. You know, for some of you, may actually still be quite upright, and you might still just have your hand on the thigh or the knee. Conversely, you could be reaching for the ankle, but that knee could be bent quite a bit. What's most important is this deep, soft breath, a lengthened exhale, length through the spine. Just a few more breaths. Rising up on an in-breath. And you can straighten out the right leg. We're actually going to roll down onto our back, and we're going to take happy baby. So happy baby, we pull the knees up so they're going towards the armpits, and then the hands go up to the sky. I'd rather you reach between, the legs go up to the sky. Now, I want you to release the ankles. What I want you to do is actually have this kind of a motion, and then grab wherever you can. So exactly. So often it's around the ankles. And what we're working towards is tailbone to the floor, heels up to the sky, toes back towards the nose, and knees toward the armpits. For some people, it's really helpful to use a strap, or just what Ebba's doing here with holding the ankles is also great. So here's another option, is to use a strap to get some length. And then you can actually really pull down on the toes as well. And if we do this right, if we do this well, we shake. So shaking is good. Yeah. We're going to take 5 more huge breaths here. Big in, big out. They can be nice and even. You can even do them with an open mouth exhale sigh if you want to. Last big breath. Good. Release the strap or release the hands. Hug the knees tightly into the chest. Yep. And then we're going to find Shavasana. The final pose, laying flat on your back. You can always put something under your knees if that helps your lower back. You can cover with a blanket. Just have a little wiggle around and make sure that you're as comfortable as you can be. Palms facing upwards, feet falling wide. And then we just want to feel the heaviness of the body against the floor. Noticing the belly expand and contract as you breathe. This relaxed belly, rising and falling. You can either stay with the belly breath or allow the mind to rest with the body too. Gently, slowly coming back to the body that rests here on the floor. Being aware once again of the belly breathing. It's natural, relaxed, rising and falling of the belly as you breathe. And there's certainly no hurry, but beginning to wiggle fingers and toes. Being aware of the transition as you start to move. And eventually rolling to your right side and just having a little rest there. And coming up to a seat. And find your meditation bolster or pillow, or you could move to a chair if you wish. And then we will begin our pranayama and meditation. Find yourself in a comfortable position. Becoming aware of the breath. We're going to work through what's called a complete breath. A complete breath meaning that we breathe into all three parts. The lower, which is the expansion of the belly. And then the middle, which is the expansion of the chest. And then the upper, which is this expansion up by the collarbones and the tops here, the shoulders. And we're going to take a nice, big, long exhale out, reversing that order. So from the collarbone to the chest and to the belly. So empty all the air out. And take a big breath in through the belly. Continue through the chest. Feeling the clavicles and the upper shoulders. And then exhaling out clavicles, chest, belly. We're going to add a count. So we're going to breathe in for 6. It's going to be 2 into the belly, 2 into the chest, and 2 into the upper. And then as we exhale over 6, it's the first 2 from the chest, so the first 2 from the clavicles, the next 2 from the chest, and the last 2 from the belly. So just take a couple of regular breaths. Exhale all the air out. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep breathing on your own. 6 count in, feeling belly, then chest, then clavicles. And 6 count out, clavicles, chest, belly. Just continue in your own time. You might be faster or slower than me. then we're going to see if we can increase the count to a 9. So the first 3 count will correlate to the belly, 4, 5, and 6 will correlate to the chest, and 7, 8, 9 will correlate to the clavicles, and then we'll reverse the process on the exhale. So let's tie our breath together. So let's empty all the air out. And then breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going in your own time. You might be faster or slower than me. Keep going for a couple more rounds, doing the best you can. And return to a normal breath at the end of your next exhale. Bring your awareness to the crown of the head. We're going to begin to breathe in, and as we breathe in, we bring the awareness down the spine, collecting along the way anything that doesn't serve, any negativity, any anger, any darkness, and we're going to draw it down to the base of the spine. We're going to hold it there for a moment, feel it strengthening at the base of the spine. And then we're going to exhale it out into the solidness of the center of the earth. We come back to the crown of the head, and as we breathe in, we pull down the awareness through the spine, taking with it anything that doesn't serve, any anger, sadness, negativity. We pull it down and we hold it at the very base of the spine, holding it there, and then exhaling it out, sending what we don't need into the solidity of the earth. Again, breathing in from the crown, holding what we don't need at the base, and exhaling it out. Keep breathing in this way, from the crown to the base, sending what's not needed into the earth. Letting yourself gather all that's not needed as you inhale. Releasing all of what's not needed as you exhale. A few more rounds. Now releasing that technique at the end of your next exhale, and bring your awareness again to the base of the spine. Imagining there a large blue inverted triangle that is from the base of your spine pointing toward the center of the earth. It's okay if you can't see the color blue, just sense the triangle, sense blue. Triangle connected to the base of your own spine and pointing to the earth. And then visualizing or feeling into lightning, blue lightning shooting out from the apex of the triangle into the earth. Keep staying with this visualization. This powerful triangle releasing what's not needed into the earth. And releasing this technique and simply sitting with your groundedness, your stability. Your even breath. Gently come back to the feeling of the body on the floor, to the flow of your breath. And taking your palms together to touch at heart center. And offering the fruits of our practice to be of benefit to all beings everywhere. May the peace we cultivate inside of ourselves lead to peace for all beings. Namaste.